everyone, and welcome to my first YouTube video. Today I want to talk about something that, when I first encountered it in this class, completely twisted my brain into a knot. The terms positive and negative reinforcement and positive and negative punishment. If you've ever felt totally lost trying to keep these straight, you are definitely not alone. Seriously, when I first saw these, my immediate thought was positive means good, negative means bad, right? So positive punishment should be something good happening when you do something wrong, and negative punishment should be something bad happening when that makes you do more of it, which of course is the exact opposite of what they actually mean. It felt like I was learning a secret code where all the words meant their opposite. I kept mixing up adding something to decrease a behavior with taking something away to increase a behavior. And honestly, it was a mess. Every time I tried to apply it to an example, I'd second guess myself. That's it. That's what I felt. Positive means you are adding something, you are presenting a stimulus. Negative means you are removing something, you are taking away a stimulus. And then I separated that from the second part of the term reinforcement or punishment. Reinforcement, the goal is always to increase a behavior, and punishment, the goal is always to decrease a behavior. Once I started breaking it down like that, am I adding or removing something, and am I trying to increase or decrease the behavior, it suddenly made perfect sense. To help solidify this, let's walk through each one, and I'll give you examples specifically related to child development, since that's something we often see this in action. First up is positive reinforcement. Positive, we're adding something. Reinforcement, we want the behavior to increase. Plain understanding, you add something good to make a behavior happen more often. Example is, imagine little Timmy finally ties his shoes by himself for the first time. You immediately say, "Wow, Timmy, that's amazing. Great job tying your shoes." And give him a high five. What was added? Praise and a high five, or something good. What's the goal? To make Timmy more likely to tie his shoes himself in the future. This is the classic, most commonly used technique in parenting and teaching because it builds positive associations. Next is negative reinforcement. Negative is we're removing something, and reinforcement, we want the behavior to increase. You take away something bad or unpleasant to make behavior happen more often. Think about a child who whines constantly about eating their vegetables. To make the whining stop, which is unpleasant for the parent eventually says, "Fine, just eat your mashed potatoes. You don't have to finish your broccoli." What was removed? The unpleasant task of eating broccoli and the parent's immediate discomfort from the whining. What's the unintended outcome? The child learns that whining gets them out of eating vegetables, making them more likely to whine about vegetables in the future. See how the behavior whining increases? This can be tricky because it often reinforces behaviors we don't want, even if the parent's immediate goal was to stop the whining. Now, positive punishment. Positive means we are adding something, and punishment, we want the behavior to decrease. Plain understanding is you add something bad or unpleasant to make a behavior happen less often. Let's say a child draws on the walls with crayons. What was added? The parent might make the child clean the wall with a wet cloth and some cleaner, adding an unpleasant consequence or task. Or traditionally, a spank, adding an unpleasant sensation, though this method is highly debated and often discouraged. What's the goal? To make the child less likely to draw on the walls in the future. The added unpleasantness is meant to stop the behavior. And lastly, it's negative punishment. Negative means we're removing something, and punishment, we want the behavior to decrease. You take away something good or desired to make a behavior happen less often. For example, a child is playing on their tablet during dinner despite being told to put it away. What was removed? The parent takes the tablet away for the rest of the evening, removing a desired item. What's the goal? To make the child less likely to play with their tablet during dinner in the future. This is why things like timeouts or takeaway privileges are forms of negative punishment. You're removing the good things, attention, toys, freedom, to stop an undesirable behavior. So there you have it. The key takeaway for me was to always ask those two questions. Am I adding or removing something? And am I trying to increase or decrease the behavior? Once you get that distinction, these terms become much clearer. I hope this video helped demystify these concepts for you as much as understanding this breakdown did for me. If you're still feeling a bit lost, don't worry. Keep practicing and it will click. Thanks for watching.